Hey everyone, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Oz Chris here with a review of Superman number 2. Uh, Seems like Bendis dropped the ball with this one. We'll go through it. So, you have a flashback to many years ago with the Tamarani Starfire's race. I can never forget the actual name. With Starfire's race, and turns out Rogol Zar is there to help fight against them, and just show like, look how retreat. What retreat. He's so powerful. This new character that was only just recently introduced and is somehow going to affect everyone's history. It's like, oh, great. He's done something to Starfire's people. What's next? Did he cause Flashpoint? I betcha he caused Flash. He's also probably responsible for the Source Wall. Damn you, Rogolzar. You've only just been introduced and you're messing up everything. It's unnecessary. Like, and in before Krypton, there has been many different like causes for Krypton being destroyed, but it was pointless. And we have another summary this in the second. I thought, while it made sense in the first issue because it's clearly for new readers, what is this, a Marvel book? This is what Marvel does. They have a summary throughout each of their issues. I don't know why. It gives off the impression that that you think your readers have a small attention span, have bad memories, so they're not going to remember what happened in an issue. I don't know why this is a thing now. I have not seen any other DC book do this currently. Like even anything that's new, like Catwoman number 1 doesn't do this. It has the same paper quality. That's the only thing they kind of share, apart from being DC books. But that doesn't have a summary. That doesn't say, this is Catwoman, yada yada yada. She was gonna marry Batman, and then she decided no for no reason at all. Now someone's copying her and pretending to be Catwoman. Now she's got a new outfit. Why? This. I know you've marketed this for new readers, but you got to remember there's still the existing clientele. Going on, Superman recounts Green Arrow asking about his abilities, like, can you turn them off? Like, why would you bother listening to everything? It must sound like hell. And Superman says, like, no, it's not. It's not hell. It's just it's just a normal day. But going on, we're reintroduced to Rogol Zar, who we last saw in, Man of Steel, technically 2 issues ago. If you're counting number 1 and then Man of Steel number 6, we saw 2 issues ago. And he encounters Nuclear Man. Nuclear Man from that Superman movie that, if I remember correctly, a lot of people didn't like or care for because it's unnecessary. Kind of like this issue. And Nuclear Man has an even shorter appearance than he did in that film, as he is just very quickly killed off by Rogol Zar. And going forward a bit more, Superman and the Flash are trying to hypothesize how Earth was put into the Phantom Zone. Who could do it? Who would have the power to do this? And if you've read this and you're wondering why Flash's dialogue sounds weird, it is actually explained later on. But the thing is, why does he look like Wally? Like, this is 100% supposed to be Barry. This could possibly be an editing error, but I'd consider it an editing error in like one panel, but he's a redhead in three of them, even his eyebrows. And there's a small line that kind of hints that it's not Barry, that it actually is Wally. He says, "I know, John, I forgot. I think I forgot which Flash I was for a second." So I read that as like, okay, are they saying that this actually is Wally West, and for some reason he got the Flash's clothes, Barry's uniform, not his own, and just pretended to be Barry? Like, the implication is that the Phantom Zone is affecting all these other heroes. It is messing with their minds. But everything after that, like even Superman refers to him as Barry. You would think Superman would realize, hang on, your voice sounds different, Barry. You're acting more comedic than usual. Maybe, height and body difference as well. But who knows? Is it an editing error? Is it a colorist error? Who knows? Editors, do your job. How did this make it? How did this make it? And it's not my job to explain this. Like, it should be the writer's job to explain, like, if this actually is Wally for some reason, then say, just say, Wally, Wally, question mark. It's like, I've got you. So it's just like Superman just realizes, wait, this is Wally. Why is he wearing Barry's clothes all of a sudden? But it really doesn't tell you, like, either if this is just a coloring error, or this for some reason it's supposed to be Wally, despite the fact he has his own uniform and he's currently kicking it up in superhero rehab at Sanctuary. So who knows? But overall, I found this issue to be pointless. It really is a pointless issue. It adds nothing to the plot. It doesn't add anything new to it. It doesn't further or propel the story. Like, it's like, okay, we're trapped on the Phantom Zone. We've got to find out what's going on. They don't really. There's only one scene only one page. Just right. Only this is just them. Okay, who could have done it? But nothing else in this story. Like, this whole flashback with Starfire's race is pointless. Like, what does it really serve to the story in Superman? I know what it actually serves. It shows to show how much of a threat Rogol Zara is. We already know that. The motherfucker killed Krypton. We already know how much of a threat he is. It was even shown in Man of Steel how much of a threat he was. The whole council of, like, the universe's most, like, intelligent beings or whatever. He is essentially like, he's essentially like their guard dog that they send to do their deeds, pretty much. And then when he goes and destroys Krypton anyway, one of them pretty much blackmails the other, just like, do you really want to confront the guy that just disobeyed our orders and destroyed an entire planet? Like, showing, like, how powerful it is. We know how powerful Rogol Zara is if he can destroy a whole planet. This scene with Starfire's race serves nothing. And overall in the story, it adds nothing to this whole, we're in the Phantom Zone. Earth is in the Phantom Zone. Like, the only high point I can give this comic to this issue is the art. The art is still great. The art is still great, but everything else was pointless. This is a pointless and useless issue. If if I was an editor, if I was on the team, I would go to Bendis and say, rewrite this or scrap it. It's useless. It is pretty much filler. And that's what I'm just gonna leave. Like, how could this make it past? And apparently, it's still the same editing team for from the previous run. So, did they drop the ball? Because like, how did this make it past? Like, I don't know. Like, it being useless and then Flash all of a sudden looking like Wally West instead of actually being Barry Allen. Who knows? But that's it for this issue. Like Bendis, I'm trying very hard to go in with a clear mind. I did like Man of Steel for the most of it. The first 3 issues were your A game. Last 3 issues you started to falter. Superman #1, despite I had problems with that, I like that. Action Comics #1001, that I did not find that interesting at all. So I want to go in with a clear mind. This doesn't help. This issue should not exist. It does nothing at all, and it doesn't really alleviate any of my worries of Bendis being on Superman. But that's just my thoughts and my opinions on that so far. But I'll leave it there. That's it for the video. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter, check out my previous videos, leave a comment, and I will see you all next time.